Hello and welcome back to a special bonus episode of Before Our Friends Die podcast. You're joined by me, Kavan.
And me, Rash.
And we're joined back by our special guest, Ellie.
I nearly messed up there.
And you may have heard last week the episode with Mindful Black Dad, where we spoke about a whole heap of things, including the Queen, being a parent of young children versus teenagers, adults. Whole heap of amazing conversations. Really hope you enjoy it. But you know how we get down on the Before Our Friends Die podcast. We have a select number of questions that we ask all of our guests to get to know them. So without further ado, Ellie, the first question we've got for you, this is a pretty, potentially touchy one. Who is the richest person in your phone book?
Wow.
This one always gets everyone off guard.
Oh my gosh. Richest person in my phone book. That will probably see, my wife knows more wealthy people than me, which is annoying. So I'd say no, I do have a friend of mine. I won't say his name, but I don't know if he's rich, but he does get paid shed loads of money. I think his salary might be like 100k or something a year.
Boy.
So
what does he do?
Software. Something with software project. He works in this tech company software, something or another.
Love that.
And I believe he gets paid.
Yeah, I've seen that. Obviously, I do professional. I mean, not professional. My profession is an accountant, so I do a lot of accounts for like IT tech guys, and they're on a good day rate. They're on a very good day rate, but yeah.
All right, I'll flag him. He'll probably feel really weird if when he finds that out. I'm just gonna say that.
This is personally, I think it's a very good question. Is who do you know? I always say this wrong all the time. Who has the most potential that you know of? Is that am I saying it right?
Yeah. Who that you know has the most potential?
I wrote the question wrong. That's what it was.
Who that I know has the most potential? Wow, gosh, you really are. Yeah, all right, cool. Who do I know who has the most potential? Is that the question? That's the full question. There's no other little bits.
No, take the question how you want to take it.
So right. I'll give you some context. I've said a couple of my siblings, they're going to study and be dentists. That's a purely financial. And that's no disrespect to my other 6 siblings. But I just thought I'd highlight them.
And I said me.
He said himself
because I don't know what someone. I mean, I know what I could achieve and become if I put my hard work. That's how I explained it in such a way. Yeah, not to be like arrogant or anything like that.
Own it.
That's a good answer. So I can't say that because that is a good answer. Do you know what? Let me just say my children. My children.
I was hoping you to say that as well. I was hoping, yeah.
Yeah, just because, just on a sort of, numbers basis. Like I know a bunch of adults, but frankly, when you're an adult, especially when you're over 30, pushing 40, you've probably done a lot of what you were gonna do already, or like it'll be like more of the same, maybe better of what you've already done probably. Whereas with a child, obviously it's like that, it's complete clean slate as far as like your achievements and the things they don't know what their skills and talents are yet and all that sort of stuff. So I will say my children. I was also going to say my wife.
That's a good answer, Can't lie.
Yeah, because brownie points will be.
Keep them happy.
But she. Honestly, I would also say her because I see a lot of. I can see that she will achieve a lot, and she can achieve a lot once she overcomes just a couple of. Once she owns herself a bit more and like really just steps into it and like, be confident about who you are. Don't worry about other people too much. Just get on with it and you can smash it. And she kind of is already, but I think she's got a lot of a bright future ahead of her as well. So there you go.
I think there's something you said about parenting in the last episode about look, pretty much we're winging it. There is no guide. And I think as adults, I'll speak for myself. I've sort of shifted into someone who thinks everyone knows what they're doing. And every now and then I'll realize, actually, no, we actually don't all know what we're doing. Everyone's winging it. And I think when you internalize, okay, everyone's winging it. I'm entitled to wing it too. you sort of liberate yourself a little bit more, and then you can have that more elasticity to just go and get what you need to get. So maybe that's a something for your wife to, when she listens to this episode and shares it on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and all those great social media platforms, she will take that message and take it home. Who is the most influential person that you know?
Influential on me?
Well, that's again for your interpretation.
Okay. Oh, most influential person that I know.
And for context, I said an author. I don't know them personally, but they influenced me a lot. And Rochelle said a group of people who again influenced him.
I said friends and family. And Gavanya did an author about a book that helps you about...
James Clear, Atomic Habits, great book.
I've been seeing that recommended, actually.
It's really good. I recommend, yeah.
Time to buy it. Most influential... Oh wow, that's a tough one. I probably. Okay. All right. I used to be in an organization called the All African People's Revolutionary Party, AAPRP, and I was in it for quite a few years, still close to quite a few of the guys who were in it. But I would say that being in that organization had a huge influence on me as far as developing like a strong understanding of how this world works, a strong understanding of African history, colonialism, imperialism, all these kind of things, white supremacy to an extent, and also I've got a lot of experience organizing, doing some organizing, being part of some organizing out on the streets in Tottenham and places like that, which, I mean, that's priceless experience, So let me just say them. I'd say that party, the AAPRP, has been on me the most influential group of people and the most influential time of my life, kind of thing that shaped who I am and my understanding of the world and society and so forth.
Love that.
So, yeah.
The next question we've got, you are at your best when you are...
blank. Fill in the blank.
I'm at my best when I am free to think expansively. When I have the time and space to let my thoughts just flow and go down rabbit holes and go down little niches of, oh, this is an interesting thing. Let me think, let me study into this a little bit more and put. I think I've got quite a good ability to put things together, piece things together, like take a factoid here, a fact there, an experience there, and like piece them together. So what I need is that space and time to kind of do that. So when I'm free, when I have time and space to think and study and read, that's when I'm at my best.
Not one of our questions, but how do you think? Are you a internal thinker? You think it all in your brain? Do you write things down? Do you draw things out? How do you think? Because I'm thinking you must have to plan out content as well. And how do you do that?
Yeah, all of that. I mean, I think I think by talking quite a lot. So even in this last week's conversation and today, I've and these questions, these are great questions, by the way. Love them because
thank you.
I'm answering, but it's forcing me to. Oh my god, I've never even thought of that point. Well, I don't know. Let me think. So I do think a lot by talking. I like to make notes though. I don't really, with my videos, I don't really make notes anymore because I have to sacrifice my little bits of time that I have. Like, listen, just do the thing.
Like, get it done.
Yeah, that's why I do reels more so than anything else. I don't have time. But I do like to verbally process stuff.
Like that. So one thing you never regret doing, and that can be, it could be the one thing that you did and you're never going to regret doing that one thing, or it could be the one thing you do all the time and you never regret doing it. So for context, I never regret going to the gym. Doesn't matter if I'm tired, hungry, whatever. But every time I go, I'll finish it. I think, I'm glad, that's great. Equally, I'm probably not going to go China again and teach, but I'm glad that's one thing I'll never regret doing. So there's two ways you can look at that one.
Yeah. I definitely don't regret traveling. So years and years ago, I went traveling around Latin America for 6 months. Cool. Yeah, I went to like about 10 countries or something like that. Cuba being one of them, which is very fascinating.
Yeah.
And sometimes I regret it because I spent quite a bit of money on that. And, you know, part of me is like, oh, you could have just bought a flat. You could have put a deposit down in a flat back in them days. You know, it was that cheap. But actually, no, because as far as experiencing the world and so forth, I know not many people will ever do anything like that. So I'm glad I did that. And then one thing that I don't regret that I do was it like.
Well, that you don't regret doing. So it might be something that you do regularly.
Okay.
And that's okay. You can answer that one as well.
Yeah. No. I'll say I don't regret getting into content creation. I never regret that. I'm very proud that I do that because funnily enough, one of the things I think these videos will be is a bit of a journal or a record for my family, my children. You know.
Yeah.
How weird is that going to be when they're the same age I was?
That's going to be cool, you know. That's going to be pretty cool.
I think so. I was thinking that as you were talking about, as we were talking about your children growing up, I thought, wow, like imagine 25-year-old version of your child going back on your Instagram page, scrolling right to the bottom and thinking, wow, this is where dad's head was at when I was and it gives them a lot of content. And
that's pretty cool.
Even for us, like yeah, fingers crossed. Even for us, there's a reason this is called Before Our Friends Die, because before our friends die, we want them to know about insert topic here. And that means when we, you know, whatever, God willing, so many years from now, pass on, this content's lasting forever. These are conversations we've had. And I'm sure, and I hope in 5-10 years time, we'll see consistencies in our thoughts, but also evolution. So that's content, you're right, is so amazing because it's a moment in time, but hopefully it's something that people can remember you for a long, long time. It's legacy. And I suppose that's one thing we didn't touch on with Mindful Black Dad is the legacy you're going to leave by doing what you're doing is going to be amazing. Like you've influenced 2 people here, and we're going to share this as wide as we can to influence more people and so on and so forth. Yeah, amazing. Rachel, next question.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hate this question.
2027. All right. I'd like to not be working.
Yeah, amen to that.
Beautiful. That's the best answer, you know. No one has ever said that.
I'd like to not be working in 5 years. Yeah, that would be, you know, that's like a stretch goal, kind of like.
Still possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The last one is, what advice would you today give you 10 years ago, knowing all you know now?
Oh, this is one of the things that I think about too much, actually. I would, and a lot of people probably won't like to hear this, but I would tell the 10 years ago me to buy a whole heap of Bitcoin.
For real?
Buy it, right, keep it safe. Don't listen to the naysayers, because in 10 years' time, you know, your 10 Bitcoin will be worth, you know, 100 million pounds or whatever craziness it is now. And I think as well, the other key advice I'd give is stay consistent with the content creation. Don't get demoralized by low viewing figures or low listening figures. Don't worry about that, and don't chase trends. Don't worry about chasing trends and thinking, oh, I'm just doing this one thing and everyone else is doing, I don't know, whatever it might be. Just stay in your lane, stay consistent. Don't lose heart, because if I had done that 10 years, I told you I started, you know, 2007 was my first ever extant YouTube video, which is still up now.
And I think only YouTube came out in what, 2006, 5?
Yeah.
Exactly. That was early days. Yeah, early.
Maybe 1 or 2 years into the platform. I was a pioneer, you know.
Come on.
But I didn't carry on. I didn't stay consistent. I, you know, kept changing my idea, changing the brand, this, that, and the other. So yeah, those are very clearly. I didn't have to think about those 2 things. To invest in Bitcoin, maybe buy a house as well, to be honest. But invest in Bitcoin, invest in Bitcoin, and stay on the social media consistency.
Completely resonate with that. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
Mindful Black Dad is called now.
Okay. Wicked. So make sure you subscribe to that as well as following on Instagram. Rachel, way back about 10 years ago, no, 12 years ago. Wow, I released a tune on it. Yeah. So I released a
Yeah,
tune.
right.
I made a tune way back and released it, I think, a week after it was made. Yeah. Then, so my brother, who was a producer back then, he said, yeah, "I've got this beat for you. You can make another tune." Made a tune the next week. Released that as soon as it was made. Literally the day I had it, it was gone. Then I've run out of ideas, and consistency, of course, went out the window. The next song was then released a year later, or a year and a half later, which obviously at that point the audience is gone. They don't care. I've left them dry for a month. Sorry, for a year. So what that taught me was when we came to create this podcast, before we released one episode, we had, I think it was 10 in the tank.
We banked. We 10.
Made sure we had 10 so that should we be busy, should we be ill, whatever happened, like we had content ready to go. Like we're recording this in October, and to be honest, we will be out not next week, but the week after, and then so on and so forth for the 2 episodes. But generally speaking, we've got episodes we recorded in March that haven't been released yet, and just won't be until we're ready, because I learned that mistake. I left people high and dry for a year, was creatively at a brick wall and 13 years old. So then like it was just like, wow, I learned that lesson: consistency over intensity any day of the week. So completely resonate with that. And do you know what? This has been an amazing chat for us. Both the last episode and this episode have been amazing chats and amazing insights. So I hope when your children get old enough, they can listen to this, and it's a great hallmark for them about who their dad is. But equally, we will share it with as many strangers and friends and family as we can to make sure that your message is out there, because I for one, find it really, really fascinating and important to have someone who is trying to be a pioneer and build a community around what it is to be a black dad. And I think the UK, particularly blackness within the UK, is waking up about having to not just have a seat at the table, but in many respects create our own table. And I think this is a fantastic example of doing that. So thank you from me and from the network as well.
Well, I'm very humbled to hear that, and inspired as well. And it's been a conversation that's been very fruitful for me. You know, lots of I love talking anyway, but I certainly love talking with people who are deep thinkers, who are inquisitive, who are kind of looking to do the right thing by people around them. And that's definitely you two from our conversation that we've had today. So thank you so much. And
thank you for your time, and appreciate it, man.
Enough respect.
Blessings to you and your family, man.
Thank you.
Keep in touch. That has been Before Our Friends Die in the Aki and Saltfish Digital Network. I've been Kavan.
I've been Rash.
And of course, Ellie, our fantastic guest. Follow him, Mindful Black Dad, on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube.
All the information, links, everything
all below. If you need to get in touch, Aki and Saltfish on Instagram, and also at Before Our Friends Die Pod. Take care. See you soon. Love.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was sick, man. Thank you very, very much.
No, it's really good, really, really good. Looking forward to listening back to it. Actually, I'll be studying everything that we talked about. Like, going off and actually, I've gone off and researched this, and I actually have a different view now.
Yeah. Well, listen, let us know, because we're always open for part 2s, part 3s, whatever the case may be. We've had the extensive conversation now, so what would be really cool is if you do have any extra thoughts, let's just have a quick chat. You know what I mean? We can make that happen, no doubt at all.
And if you're free as well, like, it'd be good to maybe have a conversation with you guys on my Insta or channel one day.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
We'd love that. We'd love that. Cool. And I tell you what, we can see what Ronald's doing.
Oh yeah.
That parent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see what he's doing, because I know he's up for it, and I know. So we did. Those questions you just answered, those short 5 questions.
Yeah.
We asked him those before his baby was born, and he said when his baby was born, a few days later, he listened back and he thought, wow. I can't, like, my answers are different now. My purpose is different. My intent. And for him, it was really like, because like I said, it's a snapshot in time. That was him then. And even a few weeks later, he was a different man. And yeah, he'd really welcome having a chat with you. So yeah, I can set that up. Yeah.
Good. I'm loving the idea, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we could. Let me know. You got my Instagram, so let me know, and we'll keep chatting.
Cool. Will do. All right. Kavan,
appreciate your time, man.
Rash,
take care.
Thank you, man. Take care, man.
Have a good rest of the evening, yeah?
You too.
And you, man. Take care. Thank you.
Peace.